global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello guys, welcome to Global Happenings. Today we have a trending news for you, and the headline reads, tension as angry traders youth attack Elrufai at Demolished Kaduna market. See details, but before we go into the news proper and further analysis, we would like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button below. Beside it, you will see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Okay, let's go straight into the news of the day. Angry traders and youth yesterday stoned the Gov.Nasir Elrufai at the Demolished Kasuwa Bachi market in St0ne Wada during an inspection tour of the site after demolition by the said governor. Video clips of the pendulum following the stoning of the governor went viral on the internet. Armed soldiers, police shot sporadically into the air to disperse the mob as the governor was smuggled into his official car and driven away. Rufai visited the market area around 5 p.m. on Monday, and upon sighting him, the angry youth and women shouted, hurling stones at him, calling him Barawo, Hausa word for thief, Ole, Onyoshi. An affected trader who gave his name as Musa Subaru said, governor has destroyed our lives by demolishing our market. Where can we go to work now? What a pity. This governor has no pity for us, and Allah will pay him back, he said. Attempts to get the governor through his aide to speak on the issue was very futile. Well, that's the news. It is now a trend. Nigerians are getting angry no more. They're no longer smiling as the youth have decided to take the bulls by the horns. There's no need to make these politicians gods of the land. They're meant to be servicing the Nigerian youth, the masses, not the other way around. They seem to have become some sort of a demigod of some sort. Well, you can see at this very harsh economy, where Nigerians are thinking of how to, overcome recession, how to feed, how to go through all this so much viruses everywhere. Even now, we now have political virus everywhere, springing everywhere. People are trying to see how they can have some sort of a vaccine over these political viruses everywhere. Now the other time, just fairly recently, I think a month or two thereabout, something similar also happened when it's now becoming a trend where governors are being called Onyoshi, thief, Barawo everywhere. Fairly recently, Hope Uzodinma of Imo State was given Onyoshi vote. It was a name that trended for a while, where he came to talk to one of his members, Imolites, in a conference of some sort, and the youth there cited him, got angry, they stoned this convoy, and the next thing we heard was Onyoshi vote, thief, Ole, Barawo. Well, it seems as if it's turn by turn, as the wind of change have moved down straight to Kaduna, and it's none other than Gov.Nasir Elrufai that is the victim this time, where they shouted Barawo, Onyoshi, Ole, all in one and the same, meaning thief, thief, thief. But let that on a lighter note, let's look at it critically. Even if you want to have a facelift of Kaduna, even if you want to do some environmental sanitation of some sort, or you want to add aesthetic value to Kaduna market, honestly, that's not the way to go about it. There has to be some cushioning effect. You don't being changed all of a sudden. What is the alternative you have put in place to cushion the effect of the consequences of such changes? You cannot, demolish a market that has been a lifelong source of income for the Kaduna people, and you didn't put any alternative measures. Some of them, that's probably their only source of income. Where do you want them to feed? How do you want them to sustain themselves and probably their families? They got children, they got bills to pay, just like him. Trying to make a change, trying to have a facelift of a state without necessarily bringing a cushioning or alternative, measure to cushion it. It may be a welcome idea because you need to do a facelift, but then the transition has to be gradual. It doesn't have to be automatic. After demolishing the marketplace, is there another place in the interim interim that you have moved them to work? Have you allowed them, given them sufficient time to migrate to the new place at an affordable price? Have you allowed their wares to be moved to that place so that they don't have any loss of some sort? This demolition, Elrufai seemed to have this trademark of always destroying properties. He had this trademark in welfare. Those days when he was still the minister, he did something very, very similar in Abuja. There was a lot of outcry. A lot of persons cried. A lot of persons lost their properties. Some, a whole lot. The whole essence was to give Abuja a facelift. I'm not against facelift. Honestly, it's a good idea because honestly, Nigeria needs to be sanitized. But the truth is, these are people involved. These are monies, finances, funds of people involved. If you do not manage the situation where it can have an adverse effect, look at these guys you're going to take off the labor market. You may say that what are they? I don't know, traders, but that is a source of income. There are no jobs really, and these guys have decided to make some sort of living for themselves legitimately. And you have in the name of aesthetic value for the state, you have removed that legitimate source of income from them, and you never give an alternative for them to have a succor on. And that does not augur well, because Nigerians will react, and you've started seeing that the market women took the bulls by the horns honestly and called him Barawo. And then they won't went further to say, look, Allah will pay him back. No, that's a pain. That's a prayer from a pained heart. If you ask me, he was actually very lucky. Just the same thing that happened to Hope Uzodinma, where their ADs, their security chiefs, their security personnel had to whisk them. You can imagine shooting periodically to disperse the crowd. Let's imagine there is no security. What would have happened to Elrufai? He would have been gone by now. Nigerians are getting angry. See, revolution is gradually coming on. You can't keep cheating the people. The status quo has been changing from bad to worse. And Nigerians are watching. It's just a matter of time. The tension is building. It's a matter of time. A time will come, they will defy gunshot. Some of them will not mind to die, even if you dare to become, in fact, being a security aid to a politician will not become a hackling task. It will look like suicide mission. Because a day will come in Nigeria, if this trend continues, as a security aid to the governor, the mob do not mind. Even if you need to shoot 10, but they will ensure that your vehicle, the security aid, and every other person involved does not go alive. It will get to that level, because already Nigerians are beginning to shout, what is hell? Hell is Nigeria. Hell is a place where you're not comfortable. Is Nigeria comfortable? No. So they're not equating Nigeria to hell. And if this continues as a trend, I'm afraid politicians may need to either up their games or not to come out and store to see. You can imagine demolishing the market square. You are coming around 5 p.m. to see how far the demolition has gone. And we're told, that he had to come in the evening to check how far the demolition had gone. And the next day, out of anger, he told the people who are demolishing the shops to be fast about it. They should demolish more. I'm not against a facelift. I'm only saying the cries and the sufferings of Nigerians are too much. Honestly, there needs to be some sort of ray of hope somewhere. I'm not saying you shouldn't do a facelift. I'm only saying, why is there no alternative measure before the demolition of the market square? Some of them, that's their only hope. Honestly, some of them, that market they're selling is using to feed about 9 to 10 families, 10 people. Where would they come from? Where would the money come from to feed, to clothe, to shelter, to go to school? Where would they get the funds from? Some of them may be sick. Who will pay the hospital bills? They call that they say health centers are cheap. Who says you still pay? In Nigeria, they are not cheap. They say it's subsidized, but you still pay. Whether it is allowed or not, but that's what it is in Nigeria. It is what it is. Now let's look at this thing very critically. If these guys do not have any sense of income anymore, and the only one they have, they've been taken away legitimately by the government of the day, then let's keep waiting. And the heat is on. The social menaces are beginning to grow. It will grow beyond measure. Very soon, kidnapping will become it's already a legitimate affair in Nigeria. Kidnapping now is work in Nigeria. Imagine you now, next thing you begin to see, some of them will start picking pockets, start stealing. The females will go into full-scale prostitution. And you begin to ask, what is going on? The church is not doing their work. What is going on? The mosque is not doing their work. Because you have decided not to do what you ought to do. Now they've taken about hundreds of them out of the marketplace. Where would they go to? How would their family cope? Well, it has begun. I just hope that Elrufai knows that he's sitting on time bomb in Kaduna State, because very soon the people will begin to find a way of reacting, and this is not going to all go well. I feel if I'm in Elrufai's Governor Elrufai's shoes, I feel what he should do now is to address the people honestly, sentiment aside, address them, say, please calm down. This demolition is for your good. Please, there will be an alternative. Just be a bit patient. We are building something that is much more better, that has a better facelift for Kaduna, and it will also all go well for you as a people. But after making those promises, he should make due of those promises, as in he should bring those promises to bear by bringing any form of alternative right now is welcome. Honestly, the economic situation of Nigeria is very harsh. Very, very harsh. And even the life expectancy of Nigerians is now so low. We don't need all this hula baloo. Right now, in fact, as it is Nigeria, we don't even need facelift. What we need is life, daily bread sustenance. Right now. Before we begin to talk of trying to have a facelift, and I feel that this is a good thing done in the wrong way, and the masses already have had it up to their neck level. He had an antecedent of this before in Abuja when he was the minister, and now this. I'm afraid if he continues like this, some people may decide to take the bulls by the horn. But that's it for me. What do you think about the actions of the Kaduna people, where they looked at their governor in the face and called him Barawo? Just the same way the Imolite looked at Hope Uzodinma and called him Onyoshi vote. The tension is building. Let us meet in our comment section. Let's interact. What do you think about this latest development that is gradually becoming a trend?